Coming up on LUTV News, the House impeachment public hearings are in full swing. What that means for President Trump and the future of his presidency.
Plus, another Missouri school district joins the list of those suing the e-cigarette company, Juul.
And a Wentzville woman has been killed in a hit and run. Police are still looking for the person responsible.
Those stories and more ahead on LUTV News.
Welcome to this edition of LUTV News. I'm Jake Adams.
And I'm Chelsea Behrens. Thanks for joining us. Today marks the first live-streamed impeachment hearing in presidential history. The House hearings on President Donald Trump's impeachment began this morning at 9 on Capitol Hill. The top U.S. diplomat in Ukraine, William Taylor, and George Kent, the senior State Department official for Ukraine policy, were the first to testify. Under questioning by Democrats, Kent and Taylor focused how unusual it was that President Attorney Rudy Giuliani would pressure Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky to investigate former Vice President Joe Biden. There were some fireworks when Republicans got their chance at the pair. Republican House members objected to hearing Chairman Adam Schiff interrupting to tell the witnesses they didn't have to answer some Republican questions. The hearings will resume on Friday, with former Ambassador Marie Yovanovitch set to face questions.
A 49-year-old O'Fallon man, Matthew Ripple, has been accused of stealing a police car. A St. Charles County police spokesperson says around 11 p.m., the desk officer went outside to warm up his car. Afterwards, when he went back inside to finish his duties before his shift ended, he found Ripple driving off in the car. About 7 minutes later, Ripple returned with the car, and police say no damage has been done to the car, but he has been arrested and charged with vehicle tampering of a police car.
The Wentzville police are searching for the person responsible for the death of a woman in a hit and run. 33-year-old Nadia Nascimento was hit by a car while walking on East Pittman. A pedestrian found Nascimento lying on the ground and performed CPR, but it was too late. She was pronounced dead around 8:30 p.m. Nascimento's car was broken down, and police think that she needed help. Nascimento leaves a husband and 3 daughters behind. If you would like to support her family, a GoFundMe page has been set up.
The girl that was hit by a police car in October has died. 12-year-old Akilah Jackson was hit by a police car on October 14th. The police car was driving 59 miles per hour in a 30-mile-per-hour zone. The car had no siren or lights on at the time. The officer who hit Jackson reported the accident and is cooperating with the police investigation.
A 71-year-old man was carjacked late last night in St. Louis around 11:30. The carjacking happened in the Penrose neighborhood, where an unknown man approached his 2006 Ford 500 and held him at gunpoint. He demanded the victim to hand over his keys, and so he did. The suspect took the keys and then drove off. No further details have been released. Anyone with information should contact the St. Louis Police Department.
A North St. Louis County man has been charged with first-degree murder following an argument that happened on Monday. Police say that around 12:30 a.m., 26-year-old Anthony Farr shot and killed 27-year-old Kanika Martin in her apartment on the 11,900 block of Sagunto Court. Court documents say that Farr went to Martin's apartment and the two got into an argument about child support money. Farr then left the apartment and continued the argument on the phone. After the call was ended, Farr fired 2 shots into the apartment, both of which hit Martin. Farr is being held on no bond.
Another Missouri school district is suing the e-cigarette company Juul for being a huge distraction for students. The Ava R1 school district in Springfield, Missouri filed an 80-page suit. The suit claims that Juul is marketing to adolescents and teens. The district says that instead of teaching, teachers are forced to spend time and resources on trying to prevent, quote, illegal and unhealthy use of Juul products by underage students, and by doing this, creating a new generation that is addicted to nicotine. The Francis Howell School District in St. Charles and some Kansas City school districts have filed lawsuits as well. Juul says it doesn't market to teens and it is an alternative to cigarettes.
Straight ahead on LUTV News, a bright fireball was seen racing across the sky in Missouri Monday night.
More details on that when we come back.
Hi everyone, Al Roker here. As a guy with his own catchphrase, I appreciate that after 75 years, Smokey's only said,
"Only you can prevent wildfires."
but I'm filling in because there's a lot more to report. Like when there are parched or windy conditions out there, you gotta be extra careful with things like burning yard waste. After all, wildfires can start anywhere, even in your neck of the woods. Go to smokeybear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
Sure, I look cute now, but when my owner lost his job, it was rough. I was living on the street, and one night, me and this Cocker Spaniel got into it so bad, I wound up looking like an ice cream cone. I cried a little bit, but thankfully I got rescued, so I'm running, I'm jumping, all back to my old self, and I'm ready to give unconditional love, even if you put a lampshade on my head.
You might just want to check your backyard after a bright meteor shot through the sky earlier this week. Astronomers actually call what happened shortly before 9 Monday evening a Bollier meteor. Some scientists say the basketball-sized piece of rock may have broken off from Mars and eventually hit our atmosphere at about 33,000 miles per hour. The sonic boom shook houses in at least 8 states. NASA says the meteor got as low as 12 miles above the Earth before probably burning up. But if it did hit the ground, it was probably somewhere in rural Missouri. A museum in Maine is offering $25,000 for that piece of rock.
A Florissant resident installed a smart Ring doorbell to track mail deliveries. Never expecting to capture some crime evidence, though. The Ring camera caught kids running up to cars and intimidating neighbors. It appeared that they possibly had a gun. One of the kids hid in a bush and held a BB gun up to adults in their driveway. Jeremy Fox posted his Ring footage online and police took notice of it. The Florissant police say this is a game changer. They estimate there are 20,000 doorbell cameras in St. Louis County. And forget about having an appetite because the St. Charles City Council is changing the liquor laws on Main Street. The 26-page agenda lists changes like getting rid of the food sales requirement and letting some restaurants only run as a bar, and the point system for serving conduct. This is a complete 180 from before when Main Street could not serve alcohol after 11 p.m. The business owners are worried that would hurt business, which is the big motivation for all of the revisions.
Google wants your money. Starting next year, Citigroup is partnering with Google to offer personal checking accounts. This project is called Cash. Apple and Facebook have also made moves to get into the financial industry. With Google Pay service seeking a lot of success so far, many speculate that the Google checking account could be a success as well.
The St. Louis County Police found the car of 28-year-old Jennifer Rothwell, but she is still missing. Rothwell has been missing since Tuesday when she left her home on the 12600 block of North Winds Drive in central St. Louis County. Rothwell's family and friends say this is unlike her, as she keeps in contact on a daily basis. Call the St. Louis County Police Department if you have any information on her whereabouts.
A Franklin County man has his power tools stolen over the weekend, but was able to get them back. Carpenter Chris Rainey says that over $1,500 in power tools were stolen from the locked toolbox in the back of his truck. Rainey says that a little while later he saw the tools being sold online. So Rainey met with the seller and told him that the police were coming. The seller took off and left the tools behind. Jefferson County Police say that Rainey took a big risk and may have messed up a chance to put the thief in jail.
Looking for something fun to do in downtown St. Louis? Well, Elton John and Harry Styles are coming to the Enterprise Center soon. Elton John's Farewell Yellow Brick Road tour is playing for a second time this summer on July 7th at 8 p.m. The first show was last year, but this is his last time on the road. The tour will go on for 3 years. And Harry Styles fans should buy tickets to his St. Louis debut this summer on July 21st. His Love on Tour show starts at 8 p.m. with Jenny Lewis opening the show. Tickets go on sale November 22nd. Don't wait too late.
A century-old record was broken on Tuesday when the temperature dropped to 11 degrees. The previous record happened in 1911 when the record was 12 degrees. With the 1 to 2 inches of snow that fell on Monday, the record low temperatures created dangerous roads. As of right now, no major snow or rain are in the forecast.
Cloudy skies and chilly temperatures are still sweeping the area, but the weekend is showing for some hope for some warmer weather. I have more for that coming up for you next on LUTV.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Mom, I got it. What are you doing in there?
I got stuck.
Are you a dog?
I wouldn't do that. Have you seen the pliers? Where'd you find those?
It's not your birthday.
Sorry.
Bye, Grandpa.
Bye, Grandpa.
Take care of yourself.
What are you doing? What are you looking for?
Most of my family, they never graduated high school or even let alone go to college, so I'm trying to break that barrier. Every day after work, went straight to school, studied hard, and it paid off. I could not have done it alone. I see the future is really bright for me. The high school diploma is just added to the confidence, and now I feel unstoppable.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Snow has passed over the St. Charles area, and it's not looking like it's going to be on the radar for a while. Unfortunately, I can't say the same for the upper northeast region of Missouri, where they're experiencing that scattered snowfall, and that's also reaching up towards the Great Lakes. A low front is moving from California down to Texas, giving them a bit of green, which is what you see here with the scattered thunderstorms. Now moving on to our local forecast. Look out your window and you'll see snow, but most importantly, there's some sunshine coming through the bit of clouds. Hopefully that's going to melt away all the snow and clear up the roads and sidewalks that weren't salted for that snowstorm on Monday. It's colder right now in St. Louis with 28. Here in St. Charles, we look it's 30, and then down in Maryland Heights, it's going to be 32. Up in O'Fallon is 33, and down in St. Peters, it's 32. Now taking a look at the 5-day forecast in St. Charles, we're going to see gloomy, cloudy skies for the most part, but on Wednesday, a high of 38, low down to 27. On Thursday, the clouds are clearing up as well, and we'll see temps with a high of 39 for the high, and then for the low, it's going to be down to 20. Friday, the sun is coming out with the brightest and sunny skies, a high of 44, low down to 25. But on Saturday, we're going to be back with partly cloudy skies and a high of 43, a low down to 30. Rounding off the weekend on Sunday is where we're going to see the warmest weather this week, a high of 47, a low dipping down to just 34. It'll be a cloudy day still, so you'll be safe if you forget your sunglasses at home. Now let's see what Rolando has next with the sports. Rolando?
Thanks, Jalen. The Cardinals manager has never played professional baseball before, but still manages to win the National League Manager Award of the Year. I will explain how this is possible in that story and more when we come back.
I came from 5 generations of teachers. Losing my job was the bottom falling out of my world.
Hey guys, good news for the Cardinals. Their manager Mike Shildt was named the 2019 National League Manager of the Year on Tuesday night. Brewers manager Craig Counsell came in second and Braves manager Brian Snitker finished third. However, this is the second time in history that the winner of the award didn't receive the most first place voters. Shildt got actually less first place votes than Counsell. This is also the very first time that the Manager of the Year award goes to someone who has never played professional baseball. Tony La Russa won the award in 2002 and Whitey Herzog in 1985, making Shildt the third manager in Cardinals history to earn the honor. In the American League, Minnesota's Rocco Baldelli won the American League Manager of the Year. Baldelli and the Yankees manager Aaron Boone had the same number of first place votes. However, Baldelli received 13 second place votes to Boone's 9. That makes the Minnesota Twins manager the winner. And good news for the Cardinals keeps coming. Adam Wainwright is not going anywhere. The Cardinals pitcher signed a 1-year deal to remain with the team. Wainwright will be part of the 2020 season, and this contract might make him finish his career with the only major league team for which he has ever played. He played last season on a $2 million deal and proved that he was still effective, going 14-10 with a 4.19 ERA and 153 strikeouts. The Blues lost to the Arizona Coyotes 3-2 in a shutout on Tuesday, ending their 7-game winning streak. The Blues seem to be outplaying their opponents with an incredible amount of zone time and 64 shot attempts to the net to Arizona's 35. But they still miss shooting opportunities. Their next game will be on November 15 at 6 p.m. against the Blue Jackets in Ohio. The men's water polo team will start the 2019 Men's Collegiate Club Championship this weekend in Petersburg as the #1 ranked team. This season has been nothing but successful for the Lions with a 17-6 overall record and a 6-game winning streak. The Lions received 100 points in their last week of regular season competition. They passed the University of California and become the #1 ranked team in the division with teams like Michigan State, Texas A&M, and Villanova and Ohio State. The Lindenwood men's and women's basketball team have few more important games coming up this week. The men's basketball team will host William Woods for its home opener on Thursday evening in Highland Arena at 7 p.m. Lindenwood and William Woods have met just once before. That time, the Lions securing a 93-58 victory over the Owls in 2012. And the women's basketball team opens the regular season with a family foe, Pitt State. The women will take part in the first official game, but have played 2 exhibition contests already. Lindenwood played Illinois State and Eastern Illinois to start, and Peterborough State has already played 2 games this season. The Missouri Tigers lost Tuesday night game on number 21st Xavier in overtime. Sharpshooter Mark Smith had an open look with 5.3 seconds left, but a push rush double clutch attempt fell short, sending the game into overtime. The Musketeer took the lead in the extra period, winning 63-58 against the Tigers. The Tigers now have 6 days off, ahead of their next game at 7 p.m. against Wofford College on November 18. That's all I have for us for listening back to Jake and Chelsea.
If you're someone that likes beer and free things, then maybe this is something you'll enjoy. Schlafly Beer has announced the return of its seasonal partnership with the St. Louis Area Food Bank. Cans for Cans is a food drive that promotes the holiday giving season. From November 12th through December 7th, the St. Louis natives can donate 2 non-perishable canned goods to the Schlafly Tap Room on Locust or Schlafly Bottle Works in Maplewood.
People who donate will get 1 16-ounce can of Schlafly's White Lager or IPA. 1 can of Schlafly beer is redeemable for every 2 non-perishable canned food items donated. Guests can donate up to 12 canned food items to redeem up to 6 cans of beer per visit. You must be 21 years old or older to participate. And that's it for this edition of LUTV News. I'm Chelsea Behrens.
And I'm Jake Adams. Thank you for tuning in.